G'day, I'm Pete Techman Coman, and you know I love cool tech. Well, I've just found some new technology that you're going to love, so let's get inside and check it out. Hey Balaji, what have you got to show me?
Hey Pete, welcome to Displace, the world's first wireless television.
Wireless? I mean, surely there's other wireless TVs.
Completely wireless, no. So we are not just wireless data, we are also wireless everywhere. So it is the first TV that is operated by batteries.
So the whole thing's battery, so I don't need to plug it into the wall, into the wall outlet.
If you want to charge the batteries, you can plug in.
Sure.
But you can just remove the charger, you can take it wherever you want. It's fully operated by batteries inside.
And this is a 55-inch model, right? That
it's
you've
a 55-inch.
Yep.
It's a 55-inch 4K OLED TV.
It's 4K as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it has tons of other features. But the key here is it can go really bright, and it can be operated by batteries.
Wow, that's cool. And so it looks pretty thin to me. Like, it doesn't look like it's that heavy. What sort of weight are we talking about for this?
It's only 25 pounds.
Right.
And the whole idea is you should be able to pick this up and take it wherever you want.
Right.
And place it wherever you want.
Okay.
Imagine if you want to watch a movie in your backyard.
Yes. Yeah.
So you don't have to run wires now. You can just take this and then put it anywhere you want, and then watch a movie by the pool.
Wow.
So it's super cool and it's super light.
Okay. And I noticed you've got a built-in camera here. What's that for?
Yeah, the camera is meant for, you can do video conferencing if you want.
Okay.
You can do Zoom calls, any kind of video conferencing tools you want to use.
Right.
And that is how the operating system is also built.
Okay.
But for privacy reasons, if you don't want the camera, you can always push it in.
Okay.
And then it just turns off automatically, and then it goes, physically it goes in.
Yes.
So that's for the privacy reasons.
That's perfect. And you mentioned that it's running on battery. So what would be like the typical run time for a display of this size?
Yeah, at peak brightness, of course, depending upon the content you watch, but with the internal batteries, it can last up to 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours on an average. But we also have soundbars and speakers.
Okay.
And when you attach these soundbars and speakers to the TV, it is going to amp up the battery. So it's going to add more battery life to the TV.
So you built batteries into the soundbar.
Exactly.
Right.
So with the soundbars and speakers attached to the TV, the total screen time could be anywhere up to 100 hours.
Wow.
At peak brightness.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. But do I need to have the speakers or?
No.
Right, okay.
No, the TV has internal speakers as well. So you don't have to have soundbars and speakers, but soundbars and speakers serve dual purpose.
Yes.
It is going to bring you really good sound.
Right.
Plus, it's going to increase the battery life for you.
Wow. And so it's got a camera built into it. It's got speakers built into it.
Yeah.
What about a microphone?
Yeah, we have an always-on microphone.
Okay.
Very much like an Alexa speaker.
Yes.
And we have our own wake word as well.
Okay.
It's a Hey Displace.
Right.
The idea is you should be able to have a conversation with the TV.
Yeah.
We do have AI-powered search.
Okay.
So you can actually ask TV whatever you want, and not just entertainment. You can ask, if you want to calculate the volume of a prism, or any kind of questions.
Yes.
And you can have a conversation. The idea is the TV will actually take you to the right spot.
Right.
And right website,
Yes.
so that you can actually find answers or do some work on that.
Got it. So this is basically a laptop on steroids, really. It's like a big, massive laptop. It's got its own operating system.
Right.
And if you wanted to watch, YouTube TV, I mean, can I do things like that?
Absolutely. So that is the key feature here. The operating system is a browser-based operating system.
Okay.
What we wanted to provide is like a hassle-free thing for the publishers. So if you want to watch YouTube TV, it is very much like a laptop. You can go to youtubetv.com or tv.youtube.com, and then you could watch very much like an app.
Yes.
So we automatically do that in the operating system. So anything you can find on the web, you will be able to watch on Displace.
Right. Okay, that's incredible. And you mentioned it's OLED. And why did you choose OLED over, say, LCD?
For two reasons. One is low power.
Right.
OLEDs are, because LCDs, as you know, it's heavy and it's high power.
Yeah.
OLEDs are super thin.
Yes.
And it's lightweight.
Right.
And it is low power.
Okay. And you can go pretty much right out to the edges. I mean, this bezel here, it's super, super thin.
Yeah, this is one of the thinnest bezel OLED panels you can actually ever find.
Right.
We buy this from LG.
Okay.
And this specific panel has a super thin bezel,
Yeah.
also very high nit.
Yes.
Which means this can actually go really peak bright,
Yeah.
even if you take it outside.
Okay.
Even then,
Yeah.
our batteries can actually power the TV for 8 to 10 hours.
Right. Okay. And what about inputs on it? Like I know that you mentioned it's wireless, so we can actually connect to it. I mean, you've got a browser and everything built into the panel, so you don't necessarily need a laptop to be able to drive it. But
Right.
you know, if I wanted to connect a device to it, like an Apple TV or something like that, how can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, we have our own operating system.
Yes.
It provides pretty much everything you want. But if you have preferences,
Yeah.
like Xbox, for example,
Yes.
so we do have 2 HDMI ends.
Okay.
So one is on the right side. If you,
this little
there's a push to
button here?
pop. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
exactly. So that is a push to pop. It's a very clean way of hiding the HDMI
Yes.
in, but then you can also connect
When
it.
you're not using it,
Yeah,
you can
exactly. You can just
push it in like that.
And then we also have, this is one of my favorites.
Yes.
This is called secret drawer.
Okay.
So you could literally take this out, and then you could see that now there is a Fire TV
Yes.
stick inside.
Yeah.
So the idea behind this is this has HDMI in,
Yes.
also power.
Right,
Coming
so-
from our batteries.
So once again, no external
No wires,
cables.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you want to use your own streaming device,
Yes.
if it is like a dongle shape,
Yes.
you can put it in, and then you can just cleanly
Got it.
push it in. So now it's a clean wireless interface.
Right. Okay. And then how do you charge this?
So it comes with a power adapter.
Okay.
And there is a push to pop here.
Okay.
You can just pop it out, plug in
And
the
then
power
plug in.
adapter. It's very much like a laptop.
Yes.
Once it charges, then you can just take it off, and then you can take the TV out wherever
Wow.
you want.
Okay.
And it takes roughly around like 2 to 3 hours to charge the entire battery from
Okay.
0 to finish.
Right. Okay. And that'll give you about 8 to 10
8
hours.
to 10 hours, yeah.
Wow. And I noticed you've got these legs here.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about those. I mean, like, because you mentioned before that you actually had a user that wanted to put one of these out by the pool,
Yep.
and so the original version didn't have any legs on it. So you went, okay, well, we need to put legs on it.
Right.
How do the legs work?
Right, yeah, the legs, I think we are probably the first TV in the world
Yeah.
that has legs built in.
Right.
So the legs that you see here, these are push-to-pop legs. Pick up the TV, these legs will automatically fold,
Right.
and then you can push them in.
Okay.
And then whenever you want, you just push it again, it just pops out.
So there's no
there is
tiny
no screws.
screws and trying to put the leg in
No.
and screw it all in.
No,
Okay,
it's
okay.
all super clean.
Yes.
It's very easy to use,
Yeah.
and it is really clever engineering.
Yes.
Because as you can imagine, if it is a push to pop,
Yeah.
it has to be folding.
Yeah.
Also, it has to be sturdy. And you can see the TV is so straight.
Yes.
And it is
Yeah.
sturdy.
Okay. Wow. What else makes this TV so special?
So we also have a control device
Wow,
to control the TV.
That's a remote control. It
It is a
looks
remote
like an iPad. It looks like a phone.
Right? I mean, because it's a multi-touch controller.
Oh, okay.
We don't
Right.
call remote control.
Yes,
We,
yeah.
we call this a controller.
A controller. Okay.
Controller, because it does much more
Right.
than like a traditional remote control.
Okay.
The idea is, can this be a second screen experience
Yes.
for your TV?
Yes.
That is the whole idea.
Right.
That's why we made it like a multi-touch.
Okay.
It resembles a phone, but it has all these ridges and all the stuff that we built.
Sure.
It's a specially built a touch device
Okay.
for the TV.
Yes.
As you can see, these are all programmable buttons.
Yes.
You could press and hold, and then you can actually program it the way you want it.
Okay.
And you could see you can also
Oh, wow.
have all the apps. And if I touch this, it's
Okay.
going to change that here.
All right. So you hit Netflix and.
Yep. And then if I
Pops up.
hit home,
Right.
it takes you to the home.
Wow. Okay. So this is just and this is where all the web-based apps
Exactly.
are stored. Here.
Right.
Okay.
And the cool thing is, we have a trackpad
Oh
here.
wow. Okay.
So I can actually control this. I can close this. As you can see, I can go to YouTube.
Yes.
So even small details like this, because you don't want to see the controller while you're operating the
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
That is the beauty of
Yes.
the traditional remote control.
Yeah.
We brought that experience by having all these physical ridges.
Right.
So when you touch that,
Yeah.
you would know that you hit the trackpad end.
Yeah.
So I can actually go here. That's it.
Wow.
It's that easy.
And I love how it's a trackpad, because I remember LG back in the day, they had the remote and you had to try to point it
Yep.
at the screen, and then you're trying to press the button to select it, and it was difficult to use.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Because you know how many people, everyone wants to use a browser on the TV.
Yes.
But it sucks.
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Because
yeah.
it's a big screen.
Yeah.
It'll be the best experience for you to actually use the browser, go to any website you want.
Yep.
But at a 10 feet distance, how do you control the browser?
Yeah.
pretty much all TVs that have browsers, including the streaming devices, they all suck in terms of experience.
Yes.
Which is one of the things that we kept in mind when we designed the operating system and the controller.
Yeah.
From scratch, we kept that in mind to design the whole thing.
Sure. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. Wow. And what else does it do? Is there anything more that we haven't covered?
Well, I'm saving the best for the last.
Okay,
so
tell me.
The real magic happens on the back of the TV.
Oh, really? Okay. What's it around the back here?